Hello everyone, welcome to the Power Punch. Saitama, the protagonist of One Punch Man, is an enigma when it comes to the origin of his powers. He attributes his superhuman strength and endurance to a relatively simple training routine consisting of 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, 100 squats, and a 10-kilometer run every day for 3 years. Additionally, he lives without air conditioning or heating to strengthen his spirit. However, this explanation is unsatisfactory to many as there are many characters in the One Punch Man universe who undergo intensive training, but none of them come close to Saitama's level of power. If you're not subscribed to the channel yet, I invite you to subscribe right now. This way, you won't miss any of our upcoming videos, and you'll stay up to date with all the content we're bringing. And don't forget to leave your like, as it helps us a lot to know what you think of the content. The question becomes even more intriguing when we consider that Saitama shows no special qualities or abilities before he begins his training. He is an ordinary human with no notable background or any indications of latent abilities or hidden powers. So how could an ordinary man achieve a power that surpasses the limits of human understanding through such rigorous yet accessible physical training? This inexplicability opens the door to deeper speculations. Could there be more to the story than Saitama is telling us, or even more than he himself knows? This leads to the idea that the source of his power may be much more complex than it initially appears. Some may theorize that his power comes from a much larger and more mysterious source. And what if that source were the entity known as God in One Punch Man? God is a mysterious entity that appears in the One Punch Man series, most notably in One's webcomic. Little is known about this figure so far, but what is undeniable is the immense power it possesses. God's most notable ability is the power to grant powers to other beings, as was the case with Homeless Emperor. This character was granted the ability to generate and control energy in a godlike manner, making him a formidable opponent. If we consider the idea that Saitama and God are the same entity, the act of granting powers to Homeless Emperor can be interpreted in an intriguing way. It could suggest that Saitama, or rather, God, has the ability to share his extreme power with others. This, in turn, raises the question of why Saitama would give such power to someone like Homeless Emperor. Was it an experiment, or perhaps an attempt to create a worthy adversary? However, there is a major lingering question. If Saitama is God, why is he not aware of it? One possible answer to this question may lie in the mystery surrounding the entity of God itself. There are many things we do not know about God and its motivations, and it is possible that Saitama, as a possible incarnation of God, also does not fully comprehend his own power and nature. The idea of Saitama transcending to possess such formidable power that breaks the barriers of time and space is an intriguing concept. If we imagine that Saitama's strength is not simply a product of his physical training, but something that goes beyond the bounds of known reality, we can begin to glimpse a possible connection between Saitama and God. The concept of transcendence is often associated with surpassing human limits and reaching a state of higher or divine existence. In the case of Saitama, this could imply that his immeasurable power is the result not only of his training but of something deeper, perhaps a transformation that elevated him to a level of existence beyond human understanding. Considering Saitama as a transcendent entity puts his unmatched strength into a new perspective. His displays of strength, which seem to defy all laws of physics and biology, can be seen as indications of an existence beyond the rules that govern the normal universe. What if Saitama, through his indomitable willpower and rigorous training, has truly surpassed the limits of the human and the divine? If that's the case, he may very well be the entity known as God, with his existence and power now intertwined with the fabric of the universe itself. Saitama and Homeless Emperor share an intriguing connection. Both possess powers that appear inexplicable and incompatible with their seemingly ordinary origins. However, while Saitama is a hero who uses his powers for good, Homeless Emperor has been transformed into a villain who desires to destroy humanity. Homeless Emperor obtained his powers directly from God, an enigmatic and mysterious entity that seems to govern the One Punch Man universe. This granted him incredible powers similar to what Saitama possesses. However, unlike Saitama, Homeless Emperor obtained his power instantaneously, without any noticeable training or effort on his part. The relationship between Saitama, Homeless Emperor, and God is intriguing when viewed through the lens of the theory that Saitama and God are the same entity. There may be a correlation between Saitama's unbelievable power and the power bestowed upon Homeless Emperor by God. Homeless Emperor's connection to God could be seen as a parallel to the theory that Saitama is God, with Saitama, as God, granting power to someone he deems worthy. This could be interpreted as an act of creating an adversary who could challenge Saitama in terms of strength, or perhaps as an experiment to understand the nature of his own power. This theory also opens the door to questioning the true nature of Saitama and God. If they are the same entity, it suggests a complexity and depth to Saitama that has not been fully explored in the series series thus far. The relationship between Saitama, Homeless Emperor, and God may hold the key to unraveling this mystery. Saitama's personality has always been a significant part of his charm as a character. His laid-back attitude, apathetic disinterest in fame, and relentless pursuit of a worthy opponent are key elements of his personality that seemingly contradict the idea that he could be the entity known as God. However, it is precisely this incongruity that may offer some of the most compelling evidence that Saitama and God are the same entity. Think about it. Saitama is a character who constantly battles the boredom and dissatisfaction of being simply too powerful. He desperately craves a challenge, an adversary who can withstand his punch and give him the excitement he feels is missing from his life. But what if this desire for a challenge is more than just a quirky characteristic of his personality? What if it is a manifestation of a deeper divine impulse, an expression of the desire of an omnipotent entity to experience limitation and resistance? Furthermore, Saitama's unassuming approach to life and justice is a characteristic shared by many gods and deities in various mythologies. He doesn't seek glory, wealth, or even recognition. Instead, he simply does what he believes is right, even if it often goes unnoticed or is misunderstood by those around him. This could be an expression of divine wisdom, a sign that he sees beyond human conventions and expectations and operates according to a different set of principles and understandings. In this sense, Saitama's personality and conduct can be seen as evidence of his divine nature. They provide a glimpse into how an entity like God might choose to behave and interact with the world, and may even offer a glimpse into the motivations and desires of that entity. This could give new depth and complexity to Saitama's character and make the theory that he is God even more intriguing. It is worth exploring the narrative implications if Saitama were to be revealed as God. While Saitama is already the strongest character in the One Punch Man universe, revealing that he is also a transcendental entity known as God could shed new light on his character and give rise to fresh and intriguing directions for the story. For example, the revelation could create an internal conflict for Saitama, as he would have to reconcile his human identity with that of a divine entity. He could struggle with questions of responsibility and duty, and what it means to be a god in a world full of humans and monsters. At the same time, this revelation could have significant repercussions for the characters around Saitama. How would they react to learning that the simple and unassuming hero they know is actually a divine entity? This could generate conflicts and emotional challenges, especially for those who are close to Saitama, such as Genos and the rest of the Hero Association. Furthermore, the revelation that Saitama is God could introduce new threats and adversaries. If Saitama's existence as God became known, it could attract the attention of powerful entities that desire to challenge or usurp his power. Finally, the idea that Saitama is God could add a new dimension to Saitama's quest for a worthy challenge. As a divine entity, he may be able to create an adversary who can match his strength, giving him the battle he has always desired. In summary, the idea of Saitama being God has the potential to transform the story of One Punch Man in fascinating and unexpected ways. It could provide deeper character development for Saitama, explore new themes and conflicts, and take the series in uncharted narrative directions. The theory that Saitama is God is certainly intriguing and could open up rich and complex narrative paths in the One Punch Man universe. The possibility of Saitama being a divine entity could add depth to his character and challenge the status quo of the series universe. However, it is important to remember that One Punch Man is a series that often subverts expectations and conventions of superhero and shonen genres. Saitama's very existence as a hero who can defeat any enemy with a single blow is a satire of those genres. Therefore, while the idea of Saitama being God may be interesting, it is equally likely that the series will continue to subvert expectations and surprise readers in unexpected ways. Ultimately, the true nature and origin of Saitama's power are part of the mystery and charm of One Punch Man. Whether he is an ordinary man with extraordinary strength or a disguised divine entity, Saitama remains a fascinating character in the heart of the One Punch Man universe. And in the end, the truth may be less important than the questioning itself and the journey to discover it. Thank you very much for watching until the end. I hope you enjoyed the video. See you next time.